Welcome to the Balls Not Court podcast. You got Cortez Paul here. Kevin Carter to my right-hand side.
Hello.
As usual. Steve Van Order is always on the line with us. Steve.
How you doing?
Steve is there. And we have a wonderful guest with us this evening. I'd like to introduce Baylor's own, Darryl Stonum, wide receiver. He is red shirt senior. And he's going to join the show, and we're going to have him on there. So I'm going to ask the guests first. And how you doing today, Mr. Stonum?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you guys for having me on today.
Hey, it's our pleasure having you on here. So, Steve, how you doing today, sir?
Doing well.
Mr. Carter?
I'm doing great, except I just saw them damn jerseys that the NFL are making people wear on Thursday nights. Just stop, please.
Just an eyesore?
Just stop. Just stop it now. Stop. Next week you're going to have gold against baby blue. It's even going to be worse.
You would also go remember gold.
I love gold. I'm like, oh my God, make it stop.
Oh man. So, hey, well, we got a lot to talk about. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our guest here first because he's more great to take some time, out of your busy schedule to join the show with us. And so we'll go ahead and start with you, Mr. Stoner. Like, describe the feeling of being a college athlete and doing what you love, which is playing football.
Oh, man. I don't even think words can describe it. Just the fact that I was able to do something that I love to do, period, whether it was high school, college, even at the professional level. But to be able to do it at two great universities and learning institutions like Baylor and Michigan, man, it was a dream come true.
Awesome.
Now, before we go any farther, I want to know what it was like to run out. And I'm taking the question away from the Michigan fan. You see what I'm doing here? I want to know what was it like.
Hey, Kevin, let me tell you, I've been down that tunnel, so
Shush.
Okay.
Shush. Tell us what it's like to run out of that tunnel with 100 and something thousand people just screaming and going nuts.
Man, I tell you, there's no other feeling like it in the world. And I ran out of quite a few stadiums, but nothing compares to running out the tunnel at the Big House, man. Especially my first game when I was a freshman. Running out, we played Utah, and just going out there and looking up, seeing all the fans in there cheering for you. It kind of catches you off guard because you go out there and warm ups, and it's not completely filled. But once you go out there for the game, get to go out there and run up and touch the banner, and it's memories that I'll have the rest of my life.
And that place is massive. Now
Right.
I understand why they call it a Big House. It's just huge. We're used to going to Gainesville and going to Gator games, and there's only 90-something thousand people at that game.
Yeah.
So you add another 10,000 people to that, and it's massive beyond belief. I can only imagine the chills you would get running out of that kind of stadium. So what was it like running out of the tunnel at Baylor?
Baylor does things a little bit different. They have a student line. So
really?
Before we run out there, the students run out on the field first, and they form a line. And we run down the line. We run through it's like a fire extinguisher type of mist or smoke, and then we run out there and run through the line and slap hands, give them high fives, and we run
cool.
to the sideline.
Cool. So y'all do what they usually do with the cheerleaders and stuff everywhere else.
Right.
They did it with the student body and everything. Which that's pretty cool.
It gives the students a chance to run out on the field and just to get a taste of what we get to play on.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right. Well, I want to ask you now because I know you play in both of these conferences. What's the biggest difference from the Big 10 to the Big 12, in your opinion?
The biggest difference I can tell you from the Big 10 and Big 12 is definitely speed. The Big 12 is a lot faster, especially Baylor. Baylor was tremendously fast. But once they added West Virginia to the conference, and you got teams like Texas and Oklahoma and Texas Tech, all those guys, that conference was really fast. So it was speed all across the board, and it really helped me with my game a lot more because I had to focus on running routes and things of that nature. But the Big 10 is more speed. The Big 10 is more power and more size, and I'd say the Big 12 is more speed and quickness.
Now, to you, which one was a bigger advantage? The big power of the Big 10, or that speed and everything of the Big 12? Because we've seen what has happened a couple of times when the Big 10, before Urban Meyer got there, the Big 10 always relied on that power, and you would see him kind
There
of.
we go.
You would see him kind of. Everybody's on hold. And would you say that the bigger advantage is on the speed side of things, or would you go with the power side of things from the Big Ten? Because we saw what happened with the Big Ten before Urban Meyer got there, even though I hate saying his name. Before he got there, we would always see the power ball of the Big Ten, but when the Big Ten played, say, a Florida or somebody like that in the national championship game or in any of the bowl games, you would always see that speed kind of take advantage. Which one do you think is a bigger advantage, using the speed or using the power?
For me, I would say the power was more of an advantage to myself. Being a speed guy, I didn't face too many secondaries that could keep up with my speed, so to speak. So with our strength and conditioning program, I knew I could get the power added to my frame. I knew I'd hit the weight room. I knew I'd get all the size and the bulk added to my frame. So I was, and speed is just God-given in my eyes. So I was blessed with the speed, and I had a great strength coach to give me the power and stuff. So I was able to be successful in the Big Ten.
Speed kills.
Awesome. Steve, you still there, Steve?
Oh, I'm here.
Now
All right,
Steve can ask a question.
Now go ahead and ask a
since
question,
he's here finally.
Now, when you were at Michigan, you were recruited by Rich Rodriguez, and you came in with a pretty good class. You still keep in touch with some of those guys, and if you do, what was one of your greatest moments while you were at Michigan? And because for me, I remember one thing that always stuck out for me when I watched you play. I always watched the Notre Dame game where you had the kick return for the touchdown.
Right.
That was a great game. I always like beating the Catholics. So again, what was one of your greatest times at Michigan? And you still keep in touch with some of the guys?
Oh yeah, I'm still cool with all my teammates, all my friends, all my teammates. You know, once you join the Michigan alum, the Michigan family, once you join the Michigan football family as well, you family for life. So and the same thing goes with my Baylor family. So I'm cool with all my teammates from Baylor. I stop in at Michigan a lot. I stop in at Waco a lot. So I'm back and forth. I try to make as many games as I can. So I'll try to head to the OU Baylor game this weekend, but I'll see if I can make that. But I'm still very, very close with all my teammates. And as far as the best moment I've had, is this in college football or just at the big house?
Just in general, like what was from wherever you're either at college football at either level, like Baylor or Michigan,
or high school.
Well, high school wasn't. I mean, Texas high school football is every moment is a great moment. You know, every moment is a big game. Every game, the whole city shuts down. So it's high school football is like a religion in Texas. So
who'd you play for in Texas?
I went to Dulles High School, so I was in the same district as Andrew Luck. I was in the district with Derek Carr. I played against these guys every week. So
dang.
So I had some really good quarterbacks and good players in my district.
Wow. Yeah, Texas and Florida know how to grow.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would say the best moment, definitely the Notre Dame game has to be up there. Just to be able to hear the roar of the crowd as I broke in the open field and saw nothing but the end zone in my head. So that was a great moment. But I think it would have to be my freshman year in 2008 when we were playing. I think they were number 7, Wisconsin, when first year of Coach Rod. And we were down quite a bit at halftime. I don't know the exact number, but we ended up coming back to win the game, and we upset top-ranked Wisconsin. And we didn't have a chance, all that stuff. So that was a great moment, and it was my freshman year, so that was a top moment.
All right.
Well, anytime you beat Notre Dame, that's good with me because I really can't stand Notre Dame. It's not because they're Catholic, Steve. We don't condone Catholic bashing.
I understand that. It's just what we call
Steve. We don't condone Catholic bashing.
You got to think. My dad's a Michigan State fan. I'm Michigan. My grandpa.
Oh man.
My dad and my other Michigan friends like, well, we'll beat the Catholics. That was what they always said. And it rubbed off on me. It's not like I have anything against them.
It's violent.
That is at Hell to Michigan on Twitter.
Yes, that's and the two over here do not condone violence against the Catholics. We just don't like Notre Dame at all whatsoever.
That is just being put out there. All right, Darryl, I got a question for you. So in your 2009 season, you broke Steve Breston's single season record for kickoff returns, 39 returns for 1,001 yards. Speak on that, Conor, because Steve Breston was one heck of a player in the NFL. So I want to hear how you that's a big deal to break that record. So I want to hear you expand on that if you could, sir.
Being a Michigan receiver, we call ourselves the crew. So Steve Breston, Brandon Edwards, all the older guys still keep in touch with the younger guys, and they come back in off season. They help us, they coach us, and they help us get better. So I had a close relationship with Steve before that. So breaking his record was sweet, media wise, but personally wise, I just kind of joke around and rub it in his face, and he'll talk about breaking another record that I didn't break. So it was all fun and games with me and Steve, but as a whole, it was a special moment.
All right, and I'm sure you're watching your own team closely, but tell us a little bit about Baylor's success so far this season.
Oh man, it's all speed. You see the games?
Well, the bad part is living where we live. We're in Florida. Yeah. We don't get a lot of Baylor games unless it's the bigger
ABC
Baylor games to where like this week we'll probably get them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get that one.
This week we'll probably get that game. Yeah, this week we'll probably get that game.
That'd be a great game.
Yeah, and we'll actually be able to watch it because our game will be over. So I'll actually be able to watch this one. But it's just how fast the Big 12 is crazy.
Yeah, game day. Yeah.
Are they doing game day from there this time?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they're on game day this week.
Nice.
But
you should contact
their speed is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys seen the lineman that they have that they're playing as tight end, Laquan McGowan. He's very athletic for a big guy. Sean Oathman, and then Corey Coleman, who was just a freshman when I was there, and he was still kind of adjusting to college football as a whole. He's turned out to be a great player. A little over 20 touchdowns, and he still has half a season to go.
It's ridiculous.
Baylor does a great job of finding great athletes and grooming them into great players, great young men.
And even what they're doing now with their quarterback, the one guy going down, and then the freshman coming in, and he's done a remarkable job taking Baylor to just that last game alone. I was like, holy crap, this kid hasn't played all year? What the
Right. Coach Browns believes in hometown recruiting, so he goes out and finds the best players in the state of Texas. So all those guys are top players in Texas, and Texas does a really good job of making pretty good quarterbacks. So he finds the best quarterbacks, and he teaches them the system, and it works for him. So they have a really good offense, and the defense has come along. So I expect them to be in the playoffs.
Okay.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if a team like Baylor and Florida, if they can recruit well in their state and bring in guys that are in their state alone, there's really no reason to go outside of state to look for players because both states are ridiculously stacked. I think it's between Florida, Texas, and California.
In California, those three top.
Where the top three guys from where that not only in college but to send people to the NFL as well. I said that from the state of Florida. I think the state of Florida right now has the most players in the NFL with like 80-something players. And that's not just players that played for the colleges. That's the guys that came from Florida in their high school days. So it's crazy. The amount. I think Texas and California was right behind Florida as guys that have gone on from colleges and high schools and stuff and went into the pros. So just those areas alone are just insane amounts of talent.
Okay. All right, Darryl, I want to get your thoughts on this because you played in both of these systems.
Oh, here we go.
What's your thoughts on the college football playoff system versus the BCS system? And, I want to hear your thoughts on that as a player.
Well, as a player, we were never given a chance to give too much thought to it. Our coaches made sure